Traffic is simply a city telling us where it hurts. Professor Hugo Everard, traffic flow scientist. A totally real person in a totally real job, giving me 100% totally real traffic quotes honest. Teasmania hurts from time to time, so we need to stick a band-aid on it and make it feel better with new bike and tram infrastructure throughout the city, along of course with a roundabout or two. If you enjoy my videos, then please subscribe so you don't miss this city, Teasmania, and my British city, Kettlewick, and then grab a cup of tea. Sit back and relax as we dive into Teasmania. Ah yes, this is the intersection that's been giving us the most trouble in the last few episodes, and wouldn't you Adam and believe it, today it's running okay. But we've still got lots of work to do because there's plenty of other places filled with traffic. I was just going to mention to you as well, normally this would have been a Kettlewick episode after the last Teasmania, but yeah, there is a known bug with connecting bike infrastructure, you know, bike lanes, whatever, bike paths to any road connected to a roundabout on left-hand drive traffic. So that would be the EU and UK road. Whether that's been fixed by the time you see this, I don't know, but we'll have another Teasmania and just wait for that one. So yeah, we want to get bike lanes throughout this city, and also there's been some new tram buildings that were added in the last update as well, so we're going to take a look at those. And of course our port has been running in the background and now everything is unlocked, so if we get time we're going to increase that, and I want to add like another port on the other side of our little island chain here. Okay, right, let's dive into it. I also think, you know, that things have been running a lot quicker. I mean, I've only got 20,000 odd population in here, but this is 8 speed and it's looking pretty good to me. So anywho, let's just slow things down a minute. We are going to just make a little bit of a change to this junction here before we start diving into the bike stuff, because I think one little change down here could make all the difference. So everybody's coming from up this direction, heading into the biggest built up area that we've got, and we've got a road going in on the right here of this park, and then we've got a road coming in and out on the left hand side of the park. And I don't know why we've done that. So what I'm thinking of doing here is let's just pick of this road, and we're going to upgrade this one here. Now we do have a couple of buildings here which are by the side of this. So I'll tell you what we'll do actually. We'll do that again. We'll pick of that. We'll upgrade this one. We'll try and get it right in the center. So you've got a way to come in and out. That's good. And then we just grab the move it mod and we'll just, there we go, shiftify those a little bit. And I'm thinking as well that I want a roundabout on the end here. So let's grab something that's not too small. That could be good, although we've got a little bit of a thing going on with the roads there. Let's just pause a second and just see what's happening here. Actually, that should be okay. Yeah, there we go. And we've got some traffic lights for the crossing. Traffic lights right in here that we don't want, so we're going to get rid of those. There we go. Excellent. We'll see how that fares for us for now, because then what I'm going to do is delete that one. There we go. So now people can come in. They can head out over this way. We've got traffic lights on a crossing there. I don't think we need that right there. Oh man, there's so many crossings. Okay, crossings be gone. You right outside the park. We can keep you. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. You can carry on. So now anybody wants to come out, it's going to be here. It's going to be quite busy. That's also going to give us a nice turnaround spot, because lots of cars were coming up here and doing hawky-balky U-turns all over the place. Something else I noticed as well, which we can't see at the minute because the traffic isn't so bad, is this hardly got used, this little bypass. At one point it did, then I did some work on this junction and I can see now why it causes a problem. So if we start here and work our way backwards, you can see this lane, actually we'll start here. This lane is forced into this one here where the yellow truck is behind the red car. Then it's forced here down into this lane, and then that lane is a dedicated right-hand turn. So the only people that would use this were the ones that wanted to come into here. Anybody that wanted to carry on and go a bit further would go via the roundabout, adding to the problem. So there's probably just a little easy fix we can do here, where we're going to take this one off of there and say Hugo there, which means that one, Hugo there, but not there. And this one can now do the two, Hugo there or Hugo there. So we've got some options. So now what that means is this lane can do two different things. And what we should see is more cars coming up here to take the slip road rather than this road here. So we'd have to sort of sit and watch that for a while, but as there's a load of traffic, what's the time? It's coming up to rush hour. That always happens. Let's just give that a second or two and just see if we see more cars taking that little slip road there. I mean, there is. It's a bit hard to see when it's all chock-a-block with traffic, but yeah, maybe we'll come back a bit later when it's easier to see. Okay, good. So that was that. The other thing we're going to have a quick look at is where we can get some bike paths in. So let's just zoom out and get an overview of our city and how things are doing. So at the minute, this is the worst place for traffic. The reason is, and this is something I always talk to people about. So we've got like the north side of the city, and then we've got the south side of the city here. The only way to get from one side to the other is through this junction here. Now that's the way the map was sort of set up. Some of these junctions and intersections were already here. You could come out, go up here, and then go this way. Let me just check that is actually the case. So we know you can come down here and get on. Can you actually do that? So this is the one we want going up. So it's right-hand drive. So you can come down there. Oh, you can't actually get on the right-hand way of the highway. Oh, I thought they could. What about along here? Can we do it here? No, because that literally goes all the way through. We need something coming off of here, going round that way. Oh man, I thought that was something that was already done. Right, okay. Well, let's just give them that option. Let's pick this road here. I mean, this is super busy down here. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to go round. Is that like all on the same level? Oh man, no it isn't. How are we going to do this? Let's come out like that. Let's go back a little bit. We're definitely going to be using the Move It mod to sort of help us with that. And let's do that. So that's probably making the best space of what we've got. This doesn't seem too busy, so I'm not sure I'm going to mess around with adding more lanes in and lane stuff. We'll just leave it like it is. Where's my other? So I'm just going to bring that up a little bit. So that's not too much of a slope going up there. Well, it is a little bit. Let's just hang on. Yeah, okay, that'll do. So that gives them an option to get on here now. We'll come back and just check that in a minute. If they go down here, I'm just going to double check. They can come off of the port. They can go up to here, and then they can swoop around and head this way. And then here they can come off and head into this part of the city. So you can do that. It's not necessarily always going to be the quickest route, but it is a possibility. Have we accidentally added anything in here that's causing a problem? Yeah, so what's going to happen here is this is going to go, yeah, we need a little bit of lane connector tool here. We do not want that going over there. We also don't want U-turns. We don't want unsafe. There we go. That's good. All right, well, we'll leave that for now. Like we said, it's rush hour that can go on for about 5 hours. So hopefully that will help a bit. And I'm just wondering whether down here there's any way we can add a little road in. I mean, we've got this roundabout here. We've got this road here. Could we add a junction, which again gives another access on and off the highway? Oh man, this could be something that we could do. Let's just give that a go. What I don't want is this to become another way for people to get in here necessarily, although I have put that on there. We've got traffic lights on here. Maybe let's just see what happens. But if more people end up using that again could alleviate some traffic in other places. Yeah, traffic was backing up. I've removed the traffic light. I'm also going to remove the 4,000 crossings that we've got here. There's so many crossings. Let's not have that one there. We'll have that one. We've got another 2 over here. Let's remove that. So if you want to cross, you're going to walk down there. If you want to cross, you're going to walk up here. And that should keep things moving. Hopefully, question mark. Oh my goodness me. We've added so much traffic. Let's just give it a second. Yeah, again, it's a crossing, isn't it, that's slowing things down, that one there. If I remove that, I am going to have to add a way for people to get from one side to the other. Well, that shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll take away this crossing here. So what you should see is the cars just keep on moving. There we go. That's what we want. You're going to get a few boners that are still going to cross. That is the way the game works. Some people will still take the worst way to go, whatever you do, but hopefully they'll find that little path soon. But anyway, it's making the cars go a lot quicker, and soon that traffic's going to go down. And there we go. Yep, that's not too bad at all. Excellent. And we'll come back and take a look at all of this again at the next rush hour before the end of the video. Right, so we are going to move all the way over here to the other end of the city, all the way around the corner. We need to start adding bike lanes and things. So I've been wondering how to do that. We've got along the front here, like a beachfront setup, haven't we? We've got all the shopping, commercial and stuff. We've got parking. We've got a super packed road. So it's got trams in both directions and one lane of traffic in both directions. It's okay because it's not so busy, but if we try and add on here bicycle lane, it just doesn't work. Some of these roads it will, like this one here it will because there's no parking, but these parking roads it can't. But then I zoomed out a bit and thought, well, look at this, we've got all this untouched beach down here, and we could get all the way along the front. I mean, this is beach that's being used by people. They're coming down here and using this, but once you get to this side you can add bike lanes. So I'm thinking of doing that along here. So this will probably be a little bit of a time lapse as I add a bike lane all the way along this sort of coastal area. Okay, there we go. Let's just remove that little bush off of there. I quite like the way the sand overlaps. So I'm not hooking it in all sorts of different places, but whenever we get to a road like that, you can cross straight over, but you've got access then to it. So there should be no trees. And then here's another access there, another access there. And then we get down here. There's a long area with no access. Okay, so I think I will add... So where was the last one? The last one was to the left. Yeah, there's a long stretch here with no access at all. So where have we got some crossings? I think we'll add a couple of accesses here. You've got to be careful how you do it. If you just sort of butt it up to the road and then carry on drawing along, it sort of leaves a little visual error, which I don't like. But if you've got a little bit of space like this maybe, that could be good. Let's pick that. And we can sort of bring that out. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Curve it like that on this curve. Okay, let's try that again. Curve it like that and connect that up. There we go. And then we can connect that to there. And it's just set back a little bit and that will work fine. We could add another one maybe, yeah, in here somewhere. Actually, we've probably got the space here just to do that. And we'll add a little crossing in. Yeah, very good. Okay, so we've got a connection there. We've got the road down here. So now we're getting into the part where we could actually put it on the roadway. And in fact, I'm just going to add a little bit more along here. So we're going to connect up there. Let's just come out a little bit wider. And then that's going to connect into there. There we go. So a bit of sand on it, but that's fine. So now we're going to go for the road upgrade option, which is in here. And if we do that, basically what we're losing is the tree section. It sort of pops the trees back a bit, which we might just actually, if it's going to do that for us, that's quite good. Might not have to do anything to fix that. So very good. So we can carry on all the way down here. We're going to get to that roundabout, and now we're starting to get near to some built up areas. Well, this we can carry on down, can't we? Let's make sure we get all of that. So that covers that area. This we could carry on all the way down along the front. This is a lovely place to cycle all the way along here. Make sure I've not missed anywhere. Nope. And then we can continue down here. Yeah, down here, down here. And in a minute, we're going to get to a roundabout. So that could be the place where you turn around and go back. I'm not going to put it into the industrial estate because nothing's been changed about that. People won't cycle to work, from what I've seen. Anyway, that's what I've been told. We could add... We're going to lose some trees, but let's add bikes through the middle here. And then we could add bikes up this big road up to that roundabout as well. Did we lose any trees? I don't think we do. So let's just do that all the way down. And then we won't do it there because that's getting onto the highway. So that is everybody down the front here has got very quick access to bikes. I'm just thinking anywhere that we've got like a little through road like this. We could add it going up the middle. There we go. And that will turn around at the top. So they'll happily cycle to there, get on the bike highway. We could do one there. This one here will do as well. This goes up to like a little park and a school. Is that there? Extension wing for the school. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and that connects all up here, so that's fine. There seems to be a little tiny bit there. There we go. So that's all connected up here. Excellent. Just thinking, I was looking at that, whether we can just do this as well. Let's go to there and then go like that. So you've got the two options to get up. Yeah, that's fine. Now, we could add it up over the top here, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's maybe add it up there, and then we've got the car park. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Yeah, this is all good. Excellent. So what about going across to the back section over here? Now, we could add this all on here. This is a very busy junction here, so I am just going to wonder whether there is a better way to get from one side to the other. Well, back down this end again, of course, we have this little road that does connect through. Now, they will cycle on non-cycle roads, you know, they will do that. I don't think we can add cycle lanes onto an alley. That's the only thing. Could we just expand that? I think, you know, we've got the space. If we do this, just about, is that going to stay as an underground thing? I don't think it is. It's going to mess stuff up, isn't it? Hang on. Let's just turn those off. Yes, that should do it. Okay, hang on. Let me just upgrade all of this. Yeah, it didn't stay as a tunnel, but now I'm just wondering, actually, whether we could just turn these two into a little bridge instead. That could be quite good. Let's grab that. And no, I don't want to upgrade. I want to go across there just to sort of nip that off. I'm going to just pause the game. I want to go across there to nip that off. I'm then going to pick a picker, this one. Yep, and we're going to turn that into a raised piece. And we're going to upgrade there and there, there and there. Okay, excellent. And then we'll delete those out very carefully. So we lose the sound barrier. But we get this. I'm just wondering whether we could do something about that. I feel like I just need to do a bit of stuff with the Move It mod. I'll be back with you in a minute when we just sorted all this out. Okay, so we ended up doing an underpass down there, which I think works okay. So we can then upgrade this road, which connects to that road, which then goes through to here. So now we've got access to the other side. I'm just thinking, so you can go down there, cycle, go across, or you could do it here. Yep, that's fine. So then over here, I mean, I feel like I just want to go up the top here and just go along this whole road all the way along. Hope I'm not messing anything up. And we could just go up to that roundabout. And then, I mean, the people in Maltese Valley, they've got parking. They've got an alley that they're living off. I think that's going to be a difficult one. So I think that's okay. So that's the two access. Two sides got access. I'm just wondering whether we could then... I think this is going to be just too busy to add something into there. So we'll leave it like that. Good. So all of that's done. Then as we get further down here, we finish there, and this is the highway. So then we're going to add some on the other side as well. So we'll skip this highway junction, obviously, for now, and we will add a better way across. But let's have a look at Pinewood Bourne. So... again through here, this road's coming along the back here. Yeah, so that's going to go somewhere. So that's going to come all the way down to here. Ooh, that was close. Thought I had a little crash going on there. We're going to go all up the middle of this. Yeah, we're going to do all of this. And then we're going to come back and see what the consequences are afterwards. So let's add all this in. And then we get round to here where it is super, super thin. It's one lane in each direction, which is used up by the tram, but we can add these on. It's going to take all the parking away. So we might have to come back and add some more parking. So let's give all of these lovely people access. We're not going to go up and over the top there, because that's just heading over into the port. But we could add it down here. Now, we have some space here off the road, which a lot of you told me to put my trams down here off the road, but I didn't. But I think I'm going to put my cycle lanes down here. I'm going to make a quick save because I'm going to run a path down here and then want to connect it onto there. That will be the first time I've used a path into a roundabout on the right-hand traffic map, which should be okay, but always back up first. I'm wondering whether to add them here So you can cycle like onto that and get onto the roundabout that way. I think that might be better actually than having that one. Let's just see how that goes because there's no trams there. The trams go off elsewhere. So that works well all the way along there. I might just add, let's just pick a pick of that. Might just add a little connection there as we've got the space. Can I do it without everything jumping around? Yeah, that'll be good. We'll do another one here. There we go. Thank you. And then we've got this connection here and then we're onto the bike lanes anyway. Brilliant. So that's all the way up there, all the way down there. That's back into this junction again. And then we're going all the way around the outside. So basically, do we want to add anything going up through the central section? I mean, they will bike. Like we said, on a road, we've got trams. Maybe we'll just start the bike highway lanes, whatever you want to call it, on the outside. I think we'll do that. What about Hawthorne Bluff? Now, that's going to be difficult because we've got pedestrian roads. So I think definitely we're going to upgrade these going in. Then we've got car parks all the way along there, and we'll just do like a little bit of a turnaround at the end. We can't go on the pedestrian. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that as it is. Once they've got onto the main roads, then they can join the bike superhighway. This is all alleys. This is all alleys. This we've done. This is quite a built-up area down here. So I'm thinking, again, it's more parking and that sort of thing. Parking roads, so we can't add to those. And then down here we've got, yeah, the modern university and all that sort of thing. So we definitely want to give access into there. And what we could just do is upgrade some of these. So if we go for this one and upgrade that. What is going on there? Snapping. That's what I want. No, that was not where I wanted to snap. I wanted it to snap there. We'll come back and change that. In fact, I might just delete that. We don't need all of that. Pick a pick of this and join that up. Why is that one on the other side of the road? That's weird, isn't it? Let's just try and change that. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's fine. So we'll go up the right. That just gives access there. And then we're back to being a car park again. And then we could just upgrade some of these roads to encourage cycling. That is not the cycling thing, is it? Nope, there we go. That one going out to there. Yeah, we'll do that one. And I think that's it. Now we're down to alleys and that sort of thing. Let's go around the roundabout. Yeah, okay, that's good. If I feel like I want to add any into here, I will. But the roads are so small anyway. They're like one lane each direction and they're pretty rammed. So I think we want to be careful with that. So let's just get an overview then of what we've done with this. So we've got no bike parking. So at the minute, I'll be surprised if anyone, some will use it because they will find a building to shop at that will have, so we've got that there, that will have bike parking in. So all the way up there, all the way along the front, not at the industry. And then here we're covering, yeah, as much of this as we can, all the way around the outside. Yeah, I think that's good. Right, let us jump in and add some bike parking in some choice places. So for all of these shops that are down here, I'm just thinking about going with some simple, these ones here, bicycle parking areas, because we can just sort of pop these in. Oh no, hang on, that's overlapping, isn't it? Let's turn Anarchy off and delete that. Let's pick a pick of this one here. There we go. So any little spaces we find that aren't going to cause any problems, we can pop them in. There we go. And people will start cycling down to use those. Or there's going to be some places where I am going to anarchy them in. And then I can move the building over just slightly. Let's put all the filters on. Grab that. There we go. Excellent. That will work well. So, yeah, I'll do that along there. We've got at the back here, what's that? A high school. Does that have any built-in parking? It doesn't. We've got this little bit of space here. I'm also thinking about just doing a little something on the roads there, just because of the noise right by the school. What was that? Retaining wall. Not what I was looking for. This one. There you go. Just for the peace and quiet. There we go. Just enough space for a larger parking medium bicycle storage. That should be good. And then at the end here, we've got space for one of the extra large ones. So that's pretty much covered all the shops along the front here. And I think already we've got some people using them. I saw down here. Where's the parking? Where's the bike parking? There it is. Look at that. Already filling up. Excellent. Now at the back here where we've got our little Dutch housing estate, you will notice that these do have bike racks built in out the front. There we go. There's a bike already there. So we don't need to add any bike parking for this section. And all of this is industry. Yeah, we've spoken about that. But at the back by the school, I think we'll just add a couple of large ones there. And then we could add something over here. We've got all this space down the side of this road. There we go. That'll be good. So that'll be for the other school that we've got there. Excellent. Along the shop, these are all houses. A lot of these will already have parking built in. What's this building that we've got here? Oh, yeah, low density housing. That's fine. Then we've got Earl Grey Bay, where we've got a lot of facilities that people are going to want to come and visit. So for all the people visiting this area and the market that we have here, we've got cycle lanes all the way along the main road. And then as you come in here, we've got this little spot. And I think this would be great to add in a little item that can hold a whole load of bikes. That just fits in there perfectly. Let's just turn off snapping, line that up in the middle. There we go. Excellent. We could pick of some trees as well, just to make that look nice. Please don't put a tree on a tree. That's never a good idea. There we go. Excellent. And now we've got space for 452 bikes in this area here. Brilliant. And for any little smaller places like this, the Dockland Bar that's just on its own little pier here, we could just add in just a little something along here. Can we add these? We can add these. There we go. So a few of those there on both sides and some on there as well. That'll take care of that. And then we've got this one down here, which is a little bit larger, and we do have a bit of space out the back there. Would that be too big? Let's just see. Let's plot that down and see what we've got in there. So that's 60 spaces. So I think you can have a lot of people coming along here to the piers, and that's some extra parking perhaps for these as well if they don't have somewhere at home to store their bike. Yeah, that'd be good. We've got schools up the top here. So we've got the elementary school and the high school, and then we've got a small medical clinic. Let's find a nice little space here. I'm just looking at this here right off the road. And again, I do like these. I tend to go for whatever the largest one is that I can fit in. So let's just turn off the snapping, and we could fit one of those there. Is there space for a smaller one next to it? It looks like it. So we'll go for the large and the medium, and that will definitely cover that. Now, Chi-Town, a huge, well built up area here. Tons of people living in here. Yeah, there we go. Residents, over 6,000. So I'm thinking, could we add a couple of bike parking areas in here? I mean, we've got this little space along the back here. Let's just clear all the trees out of there. Well, there we go. There was like 3. What could we fit in there? What is the largest that we've got? Underground bicycle hall could be good. We've also got that is far too big. Let's go for an underground bicycle hall. It will actually snap against there. So if we sort of turn off snapping and butt that up against here. Come on, we can do it. There we go. We can do that. So they've got access to walk in and go around. And then we might just add some outside parking as well. Or should we add one of these? Oh, that's nice and big. That's too big. Let's do that. Let's add one of those as well. Is that gone into the garden? No, that's okay. And can we add more? We've got a little bit of space. Let's add another one. There we go. Really make use of that space. And there could be some other spots as well where we could add some more bike parking. There we go. Almost every single block has got some form of parking for your bikes, which is good. And now I'm just actually looking at the ferries along here. So people could bike down to the ferries, couldn't they? Leave their bikes, jump on the ferry. Now that could be quite good. So why don't we add... I mean, this is quite big, this bicycle hall. But actually, there's a ton of space here. Let's do that. Let's add a bicycle hall there. And then we could take... let's use that one there, which is... pedestrian and bike. And if we go like that, I don't want it to snap in and do a crossing, but we could do that. There we go. So people could come down here, park their bike. So that sort of covers that area. And while I think of that, we could go back along to where the other ferry stops are and add a few little bike parking options there as well. There we go. So a mix of some of those small little huts. And then round here, we've got some of the solar panel ones. And then over here, we've got, some of those little huts as well. And we saw this one before. Excellent. Right. So that's the industry area, which we're skipping. This one over here is mostly houses. I think they're going to have parking for all of this. But we do have here a school. We've got a post office. I thought that was a school as well. A medical clinic. So people are going to want to come to this area. And there's a massive big block here. I think this could be one of our larger. So we've got the underground bicycle hall. This one, the large bike hall. I'm going to put one there. And I'm going to put one there. That is like the perfect fit, isn't it, for both of those? Excellent. We're just looking at the bike lanes here. I mean, they could, yeah, let's just upgrade the bike lanes as well so they can actually cycle and get to these. So we could go up here, down here. Oh, that's an autosave. I'll have a quick sip of tea. There we go. So that's an easy way around. And then we'll take this one again that we've just used before. And actually, I will hook that in that time. Let's go to there like that. So you can walk or you can cycle through there. Brilliant. That should take care of that. This, we've got no bike lanes. It's all parking. I feel like... chicken tonight. No, I feel like a bit of parking around here is just going to help. So looking at Chestnut Terrace over here, we've got a couple of sort of shopping areas they'd like to come and visit. Perhaps you have a community college with 1,600 people in. Don't think we're going to get parking for all of those. A university with nearly 2,000 people in. Some sporting venues. A bookstore. Is that a bookshop? Yeah, with lots of books being stored. What are they storing there? Paper. Okay, excellent. Fire station, elementary school, medical centre. There is a lot going on here. This looks quite good because we have this parking building here. How's that going, by the way? Let's have a look. That is rammed. Let's charge people more so they park there less. So what could we fit in here? I mean, again, could we fit the underground parking? Well, we can. That is too big. Could we fit... We could literally fit 3 of these in there. I think we're going to do that. So suddenly that's almost 1,500 parking spots, which is great. Where else could we add some more parking? Let's just have a few thrown in here in various... I say thrown. I mean, lovingly placed was what I was going to say. What I meant to say was let's have a little time lapse and I can put a load of parking in here. Oh, all that bike parking. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Look at that. And we've got this one down here as well. We could probably fit a few more out the front here. Oh, absolutely brilliant. That is really good. We've got this little spot here. Could we fit a small one of these in there? Oh, we could. Look at that. Look at that. That is a lot of parking. This here, I mean, we could fit a little hut here, couldn't we? Could we fit a medium hut? Could I turn off the snapper? Is that actually a road going through there? It isn't, is it? It's just different surfaces. Okay, we couldn't do it there. We could do it there, though. Yeah, that'd be good. We could move that forward a bit out the way. Yeah, excellent. Adds a little bit of parking to that area. That is not too shabby at all. And then once we get into here, well, we haven't got bike paths all the way through there, but is there somewhere not zoned? Okay. Well, let's just take one of these spaces. Was this not zoned with one of these on there? The other side? I feel like it was. If I pick a pick of that, is the snapping on? No. And sort of turn that round. Yeah, I think that's supposed to go there. All right, okay, let's maybe use one of these ones here. And we could definitely fit one of the larger underground, 2 of those. Yeah, look at that. Brilliant. Oh, I've completely missed that. Look at that. This underground parking. So 452. We can add another entrance and it adds more parking. 502. Oh, man. So anywhere within this sort of zone. Oh, let's add another one there. We could add one on the other side of the road. Oh, good grief. That is just brilliant. 602. I didn't even notice that. This one has some upgrades as well. Oh, good grief. How have I missed this? So allow cyclists to enter parking hall from the back side of the building. So that'll be over there, which is good. I put that one there because we've got the bike lanes going straight through and all that sort of stuff. Are these going to be extra buildings? No. So before we upgrade with those, I want another one of these paths through here. Let's actually put some snapping on. There we go. Excellent. So what's the next one? Increase capacity for more bicycles. Yes, please. And increase comfort level. Yes, please. So what have we got up to? 330. Wow. So I'm going to go through and upgrade these other ones. Oh. Well, we've got a bit of rush hour traffic. Let's see whether more people are taking this other lane. It looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like they're doing a hawky-walkie quick step as they come onto the roundabout. But... definitely more people taking it. Okay, I'm going to take that as a win. Oh, I like this. Look, with the underground parking one, if I could talk properly, can you just snap correctly on a road for me? Okay, we're going to put that there. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. There we go. So we can sort of cover a few blocks with some parking. Is that going to count? It's outside the zone, but I'm going to do it anyway. That is really good. That is really good. So then in the middle here, where we've got the city hall, we've got a lot of car parking, we've got trams, there's a whole heap of stuff going on down here. I definitely want a load of parking. I'm just thinking, I mean, this frontage outside the city hall just seems to me like it would be a perfect spot for a big row of these again, all the way along here. It's like go big or go home. If you want people to come and park in the city, give them somewhere to park. That is just fantastic. And we get lots of XP for that as well, which is also good. And then we could maybe use these little corner spots for... That's a little bit too big, I think, for there. We'll have one of those there. Have I got the same spot at the other end? I have. What about around the park? Because we've got, whoops, our metro, our train here, I should say. Oh, we've got another one of these. Okay, yep, let's fill up some little spots around here. You can get in from there, maybe from there, maybe here. Can you snap? No, okay, you're not going to snap the other way. All right, that'll do. There we go. We've got some excellent extra parking, is what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, look at all that bike parking. Brilliant. The only place we don't have it is in Hawthorne Bluff, which actually might be a good place to add it in, because people will be coming down here for the trams. That's what I was looking for. So I think next to the tram little area, whatever the biggest one of these is we can fit in, we'll do that. Oh man, there's so many people waiting for those trams. I need to go through and check my tram routes. And then I'm thinking of a big hall. Will the big hall go off the back here? Because if it does, it does. Let's just move it back a little bit. Add a couple of those. And then add the extra weight. Oh, it just won't reach that far. Okay, that's fine. We're going to add another couple of... Come on now. Come on, you can do it. I want it here, please. Here. All right, if I turn off the snapping, turn it round and just do it myself. But then I can't get it quite... Okay, that's square. That'll do. Gives us some extra parking there. Cool. Yeah, that'll be good. Shall we add any over here? I think we'll just leave it like that because this is all pedestrianised for walking, so they should cycle on that anyway. So that is a lot of parking. Capacity 10,000, and we can see the number for people parking going up and up and up. So if we have a look at the bicycle traffic volume, we can see places where it's super high, which is good. So let's see if we can actually find some people on their bikes and see what they're doing. Is there any down here? I'll be very disappointed if there wasn't. After putting all of this in. Yes, I can see something. Let's slow it down. There we go. They are. And they're joining the road for some reason. Why are you joining the road? What are you doing? You could have continued. What? Oh, you click on the bike. You get a little bike noise. I had no idea. Okay. So we follow. I want to follow the bike. You can literally follow the bike. Okay. Rather than the person. Let's see why they're going down here and then they're going back on it again. Why would they do that? To me, that says something's not connected up right. Let me just redraw that. All right, well, we'll see whether that makes a difference. So we've got people bicycling all along the main road down here, or they're using the bike path down here. Excellent. So they parking down here by the ferries. They are. This is looking good. So even down here where it's super busy, it's not that bad, is it? This is good. So if you get lots of public transport in, people are happy. People are happy. This is good. What about down here in this area? So this is where we put in, yep, our big a big parking, I should say, down here. So yeah, we've still got some space there. So that's fine. Let's move along the front a little bit. So how's it looking down here when it's right on the road? I mean, it's fine, isn't it? That is really good. Excellent. Oh, this is looking super busy. I love just watching things like this, where it's super busy, lots of people walking around, action, things happening. Just makes me happy. How's this one? That is full. Okay, so what options have we got here? Increase capacity. Yep, we'll do that. And increase the comfort. We'll do that as well. I'm thinking maybe along here we could do with some more parking. It's looking, oops, that's this one here. Looking super busy. I'm not going to add another one of those. That's too big. I mean, we could add a little underground parking thing, like right off the corner there. And then could we take one of these, like add them up here somewhere? No, because there's stuff in the way. I mean, we could add one there, they can get in that way, add one there. So that increases the capacity. Yeah, all right, we'll do that. Very good. And even on the larger junction, like this one here, the cycling really just isn't getting in the way. There's a few there, like this person here. Oh no, they're on the moped. I was going to say they're not using the bike lane, but those lovely people down there are, which is good. And as we go further up, yeah, it's super busy. We know it's super busy. It's the only way you can go through the city. That is weird. There was a pillar there. It's now just turned into that thing. All right, we'll just move along. But yeah, it's not causing any problems, which is good. How is the new in and out here? So there's no traffic there. Oh, I put something with a tree on there, didn't I? Let's just change that. That's not going to work. We'll pop in at this one. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I think it's working much better. So that is really good. City that pedals moves twice as far with half the stress. Clara de Huguemar, mobility futures researcher. Today we've seen how a good city-wide bicycle network can reduce vehicles on the road, reducing stress, increasing health, and just making things work so much better. Our main junction that has been the cause of so many traffic-related headaches is now traffic-free, and that's a win in my book. If you enjoyed the video today, a like would be great, and why not subscribe too so you don't miss the next one. And as always, a huge, massive thank you to all of my patrons. You can see their names on the screen now. And a special thank you to 3 new subscribers on my Patreon from this past week: PC, Goodevnis, and Dinka. Thank you. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all very soon for some more Teasmania.